Okay, so this video, I'll try to make it as brief as I can, and then we can move on to secondary information as we need to. But this is your instructor resource account. I'm not sure, it didn't look like you had anything loaded to it, so I don't know if you need me to reset your password. Your username is your email address here, so if you need the password reset, let me know. But I went ahead and I loaded this book for you to the home page. Just so that I give you a quick tour of what's on this page here. You actually can access tech support right here. But if there's an issue, sometimes coming to me is quicker and I can facilitate the case for you. There's a lot of just different demos here and testimonials from other instructors. And then we have the training and support website where you would have training videos that will touch on everything I'm about to show you at anyway. But we do those in small videos. And then we have events and whatnot over here. So again, I've loaded this for you here. MindTap is the digital portion of the book that automatically comes with the new book. And it's also an ebook, so it's great for online classes and it gives students a different purchase option. So I'll talk to you about that in just a second. The instructor companion website right here is where you would find PowerPoints, the instructor's manual, etc. And then we have the testing software right here. So all the test banks are housed in a couple places. You can find them in MindTap, find them here, where you can generate tests based upon the test banks for the book. So I'm going to go ahead and show you MindTap because that is a bulk of what the resource is. Um, I'm going to say create a course, and the course populates, or it's the content's already there, and then it's up to the instructor to customize after or based upon the specifics of your own course. So I've just said create a course, and I'm going to say continue, and I'm just going to create a demo course. You can do the same exact thing. I'm just going to say demo. Students actually get 2 weeks of free access from the start date of the course. So they can get in and get to the ebook and the homework right away while they wait for student aid or just to get to the bookstore. For online classes, if they've ordered the book and they are waiting for it in the mail. So students would actually get in using the URL right here that would take them directly into your course, or there's the instructions are right here as well. The course will run unless you want to integrate it into Canvas. You can easily integrate it at either a course level where you have one gradebook column or a deep link integration. You have grade return on each assignment. But that would be something that we could get into in person or maybe a Zoom meeting over at another time once you've kind of digested what this is first. So at any rate, I've now created my course. So if you create your course, that would be listed right here. If I go to manage courses, this is where I would see if I had more than one course, because this is covered through, with most of our books have MindTap as a resource with them. If I had other courses, those would be listed here. And I can always get to the instructions page. I can always edit the course through this tab here as well. Well, let me go into the course so I can show you what it looks like. Like I said, the ebook is housed within it. So students actually will receive, if they decide that they just want to purchase MindTap on its own, the ebook is in there. I'm going to actually skip this setup. You can, once you create your own course, if you want to go through this guided setup, you're welcome to do so. Anyway, as I was saying, the ebook automatically is part of MindTap. So students, when they register for the course, they actually have all these little, you don't see those except for the first time. Um, Students, once they register for the course for the first time, they have the option. They can use the free grace period for the 2 weeks. They can put in the access code that comes with the new book only, or they can purchase MindTap on its own directly through this course. I believe MindTap on its own for this course is $50. The new book is $80. And then we have a subscription. It's $119.99 for as unlimited Cengage courses, and there's a lot of them at Mount SAC. So a lot of students purchase those as well. Students can actually use this as part of their subscription as another option. So this is what MindTap looks like. It looks the same way for students as it does for instructors. Let me get rid of some of these open tabs I have. It looks the same except that everything that you see, you have the ability to customize. Now, this is an at-a-glance gradebook where when students begin to complete assignments, those populate right here. I don't like to have this here. I think that it looks cleaner or it's a bigger workspace to get rid of this. So I do that by clicking my name, course settings, dashboard, and I click that off. I just prefer, and you'd do that per course. So I just did that with the demo course I made. I like to have this kind of bigger learning path is what we call it. And then over here on the right side of the page, I always have my progress app, which is the actual grade book, and I'll cover that in just a second. So as you see, everything is very uniform. We arrange it into chapter modules. Again, this is run through Cengage. You're more than welcome to pull the modules over into Canvas as well. Again, something we can get into later. Everything that you see, let me just say again, is customizable. And so when I expand a chapter, students are going to expect to see the uniformity in every chapter. So if I open a chapter, they are going to expect to see the chapter ebook here first. We have a chapter practice activity and then a chapter quiz. Now, everything in this right here is labeled as practice. This is where the customization comes into play, where we can change things. Let me just open and make sure, yep, they're all practice mode. So this is where the customization ability comes into play, where we can change these activities to be used in a different way. So like I said, the ebook is part of MindTap, so I can click in here. Students can actually have the ebook read to them by clicking the read speaker here on top. We can change font sizes, print pages of the ebook, but if I go in here, a couple things. I can actually hover over key terms to see those definitions, but students can actually take notes and highlights within the ebook. They store automatically on the page, and then the notes and highlights are all saved over here for them in their study hub, where students can actually create custom notes and custom study guides based upon their own notes and highlights. You have the ability to actually go into the ebook and edit. So meaning you can actually click the add tab and then add a variety of assignments right into the ebook. As everyone knows, or most people can agree, most students don't read the ebook or the book. So some instructors use that feature as a way to embed things right into the text so that students are at least having to go into it and locate those inevitably, and you're hoping that they're reading portions of that ebook as well. So again, I have the ability to add content. I can always go to my chapter content right here. That'll put me right back to whatever chapter I'm in. So if I'm in chapter 3, that is automatically going to put me in here. Students can find the full ebook right here. They can search using the search by page number. If I go to 124, my first option is to go to the page, but it also will reference me to anywhere that would use whatever I've put into that search key. So I can search by key term, concept, chapter, page number, etc. So again, the chapter ebook is first. Then we have the chapter activities. It looks like there's 2 here. There is a description for the students. Even though it says practice, there is a point value because students then would generally receive the points based upon completion of it, and they would have unlimited attempts. So again, that's the way it's set up as a practice mode. Now, like I had mentioned, everything is customizable, including the ability to actually put start and end dates into the assignments. So by doing that, I'll actually say edit here. This is where my edit tab comes on and my hide. So if there's activities I like students to see or use, I can actually hide them. I can hide chapters altogether if I don't use them. I can reorganize and reorder chapters as well. So for instance, here's a chapter quiz. I'm going to go into the edit tab here. This is where I can change the description if I want to. I can add my available date and my due date so students couldn't get into it until I'm ready for them to do that. I can change the order, and I can go to edit activity options here. Depending on what type of activity is, I'll have different options for those activities. So for this type of activity, I'm going to have the quizzes, they're all going to be uniform, all the different options I have. So as you can see, I have unlimited takes here, 25 points, but this is as a practice. It's in practice mode. So it says it doesn't count towards grade. I'm not sure actually why that would be practice and it doesn't count towards grade. But at any rate, 25 points. I believe that perhaps those are just, you know what, I'm going to find out about that. I'm not really sure why that would be the same. It seems like they would be either or. But at any rate, you can click this off here if you wanted it to count. Maybe I want this at 50 points. Excuse this. I can decide if they have unlimited takes and there is an algorithmic question base, I can decide which one I want them to use, the best one or the last. I can actually put a time limit here if I wanted to, but I can say, you know what, I only want them to have 2 takes on it. There is feedback sometimes available to students where we would lead them on the right track if they've gotten something correct or incorrect, and I'm going to say done. So once I've gotten all those things done, I'll say save, and now it's just said count towards grade. If I did populate a start and end date or a due date, that would be listed here as well. If I had a time limit, all those things, all the parameters would be listed right there in that box here. So again, my edit tab's on. That's where I would edit the start and end date, the counts, the graded, the weight, etc., etc. Another great thing about MindTap is you have the ability to add. If you wanted to use MindTap kind of outside of Canvas, this is where instructors would actually add their own content. Just by clicking on here, we can add something from your Google Drive or OneDrive, extra assignments, YouTube videos, etc. So like I had mentioned, there is the ability to add extra assignments, and that would be something that I would probably save for a second training or a second video, so we can walk through that. But our homework banks and test banks essentially live within these two apps here. One's called Cengage Now and one's called Applia. Those are just where, again, there's different functions with each one, but our test banks are housed within this so that you could actually create midterms and plop them in between chapters, 3 and 4, etc. If I do hide things and I want to show what I've hidden, I can click my show hidden and it'll list anything that I have hidden, so it's not gone forever. We have the calendar tab over here, and as you populate start and end dates to the assignments, students would see whatever's available and or due within that given week. This is all actually also available from MindTap app on the phone, so students access that quite a lot. On the right side, called MindTap apps. A glossary and a dictionary. Students have My Notes that would filter into OneNote if they wanted to. There is a school portfolio or career they can build, and that they have after the class is over for no charge. Again, that study hub I showed you. They can control the reading of the read speaker. So when they have the book read aloud right here, those are those homework apps. We have the flashcard app here, and then that progress app where you can pull all different kinds of engagement reports, see how long students are spending on assignments, analytics on concepts that are being missed by a broad range of students, so you can really pinpoint some of that. So this is, again, a very brief overview of MindTap. It is great for an online course because, again, it's pre-built and then you can add to it if you want to, but it also fits perfectly into the modules of Canvas. So again, quick overview. I'm on campus a lot if you want to sit down and go through this in a more detailed way, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, have a great day.